Welcome back to Descenders, everybody. This is Descenders, everybody. Welcome back to Descenders. This is Descenders, and it turns out that you may look like that I'm mostly playing Descenders throughout this time of moment. Well, that's because, yes. Because of how tired I was during this holiday, because this holiday is apparently, I will try and play some more other games rather than just Descenders at this time of moment. So maybe after I play this game, after I play Descenders in this episode, I can play some other the Fun with Ragdolls, Roblox, and some of the new games that I've also played as well. Well, yes, I'll try and do that, but it won't because it's not really that possible at this time of moment. When I get back to doing work, yes, I will. That will be back to normal, but I'll try and play some more games this holiday. Anyways, other than that, replacing from all of this, look what bike I have. I have some weird bike. It's like a... Is it invisible, you'd say? It doesn't look that invisible, but in real Descenders, people call this the INVISIBIKE. So it's invisible and bike at the same time, put them together, invisible bike. In fact, if I go to the shed, and if you look just down here, shoot, it doesn't even say anything, but people really do call this the INVISIBIKE, and it does, and you can see things through it, which is quite awesome, and something weird, it's a little bit invisible, but not as invisible like you won't. It's not even a bike, because I can still see the details, and it's of course a bike. But anyways, what shall we do some stuff with it? I exactly know what. I am going to do all of the boss jumps in one episode with this bike. In fact, actually, I'll just go ahead and do it. But actually, I actually do really want to use a hardtail bike, as in the type of equipment to do some tricks. But people do call this the invisible bike, and that's a bit weird. It's one of the rarest bikes in the game. But let's see how it looks when I do a tail whip, or let's see how it looks in first person. It looks like you're still in a bike, but I guess we should do some stuff with it. It looks more on the invisible side. In the midsection, you can see that it looks as invisible. You can see as in the midsection. Just if I point my finger, or can I use something? Yes, I can. Just give me a moment. There. In the midsection, just down there, not my legs, but just on the side of my legs. This at the midsection of the bike looks more invisible, but the wheels don't look that invisible. It looks like it's made out of actual glass. So that's one of the rarest bikes in the game, which is why I want to see how we can do by doing all of the boss jumps in one episode, by doing free ride, custom track, and all of completely all of them, including the difficult ones that I literally just got, including Volcano. Looking forward. But speaking of that, we're not delaying anything, and just straight ahead with the Highlands boss jump, Straight ahead with the Highlands boss jump. Let's see how this invisible bike can actually go through this, whole entire career and career plus session through all of the boss jumps. I think I can do it, but maybe some of them I might want to switch a bike. Let's see how this looks. If I do a tuck my head up, that's amazing. It still doesn't look that invisible, but it is what it is. They do call this the INVISIBIKE, So how about we just call it How about we just call it a day and stop calling this bike whatsoever name? By doing a tail whip off of that, that's insane. It's called the INVISIBIKE, actually. The INVISIBIKE is what it's called. Oh my gosh! Okay, turn around. Okay, good luck for the train. Just perfect timing. Perfect timing. Let's air horn for good luck. That was amazing. In fact, I'm going to wheelie. Or just do a tuck no hander and fall on your back. Yeah, the wheels don't, but the midsection of the bike looks more invisible. Yes, yeah, I know, lots of details going on here, boys and girls. It's time for the forest. Now, this is one of the harder ones that we call it, one of the harder ones, because there's trees everywhere, you gotta dodge them. It's so little time right here, you know? So little time. Speaking of the bonus objective, this is a free ride session. We're not allowing bonus objectives, and they don't even appear when it comes to ride. Like that. Wait for it. The bonus objective says it there, but if you ride, it doesn't show it, and it doesn't show it health because it's a free ride. It's a free ride mode. You're not in an actual career session, you know. If you press career session, then it will show the lives and challenges, you know. But yeah, no, that's another bit of detail that I just gave you right here. So let's see how we can do through this whole thing, you know, through this whole thing. And okay, I guess it's time for a great challenge for. I don't have enough speed, don't I? Yeah, I have no speed. I think I can do better by probably restarting back at the beginning. How about a starty? Let's go back to the beginning. In fact, that's to the marker, because if you send a marker, checkpoints don't work anymore. I'd rather need some speed for the boss jump rather than just going silly in the track. Let's just go through the. That's what I call trees everywhere. Well, yeah, mostly everywhere. You've got to try and dodge them. You know, it's a bit difficult to dodge them. But let's just try and get some speed. Let's just get some speed. That was not a good time to do a trick. Okay, I guess I missed the boss jump. I'm so silly. I have missed the boss jump because it doesn't show it as far away. So as of that, we are going to. Okay, good little time, getting some speed. Good little time. Yeah, and that curve just made us lose so much speed. You know, that curve just made us lose so much speed. I might have to change my bike, you know. If I could up as early as I can, I might have to change my bike. I might have to change this to the downhill bike. If I can do this the last try, that was a clean landing. I should be able to do this. Be back. I'll just be back. I'm sorry about this.
One busy day later.
Alright, I have the downhill bike equipped right now. So, well, we saw a tail whip on a trick at the Highlands boss jump, so I guess we call it a day for that and try to see how we do, because it's better to get through so much things with the downhill bike, you know, because of the top speed and everything, and does this seem a bit more steeper, this free ride track map? It kind of does. It feels much steeper than better before. In fact, I might overshoot this. Yeah. Or not. Yeah. I'm gonna fakey. Bro, that was not a bad try doing that fakey. You know, not a bad try. But still wasn't that good. Boss jump time for canyon. You know, as you jump over a canyon. Not as you jump over this. Wait for something much better. not jumping over a canyon like this. That's not what you call jumping over a canyon. Wait until the map loads, and we'll get as far to nearly the end of the map. We'll see how invisible mostly this bike can get in this map. It can or not. No, it might not. It still does. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm going so fast. I can't believe I just did that. I'm so not landing it. Imagine if I just went there and then I probably would have landed that. Okay, but this downhill section is quite something, you know. This downhill section is quite something on my bike. This is a bit flat. So, well, that's a little hill jump. I'm going to do a Superman off of that. And that wasn't what you call jumping over a canyon. You call this jumping over a canyon. Don't look down. I'm not landing this. I can't believe I did land that. I thought I would not land that. I actually thought I would not land that. Really, seriously, actually, peaks time. Peaks is one of the hardest ones. Unless if I can try and challenge it myself to a little bit by jumping over the entire helicopter, which I might not do because, you know, time is kind of ticking in the video. And pardon me. And we're doing all of them in every career session with this weird rare bike I have. That's what I've never done. It's time for something more challenging. Question is, does my bike look more invisible in this map? Yes or no? It kind of technically does. Doesn't. Or does. Well, I'm going so fast. I can't believe I just dodged that rock as well. Bro, I was off track, off road, and I still survived that. Okay, it's time for something more challenging. That is a steep hill. I could have jumped over the entire thing, but it turns out I've overshooted it, so maybe not. But this, you know, I'm not pretty joking. This might be a good chance to jump over the entire thing, you know? Yeah. A good line track, you know? You know, I'm not actually lying. Maybe this try. Almost. Literally on the tip of it. Almost. And I can't believe that, whoa! What? I can't believe I landed that. That's an unlikely chance for you to land right there. Or mostly another unlikely chance by trying to... That's a little bit undershooty, you know, undershooty. Weird calling that, mate. I'm glad I'm not going any other direction. I can't believe I landed that. It's time to wheelie out of... Finish line time at least has been made. I'm living on the edge, you see that? I am absolutely living on the edge. I thought it was about time to end career session, but no. I've unlocked the volcano level a few years ago, specifically off camera. During, 2023, apparently I've unlocked that level. But not in a video. I didn't do anything. I did it completely off camera. But I'm glad I succeeded it. Finished without breaking that, and that's a no matter thing because it doesn't even show it up there. Dude, my bike looks more black in this map, but you can also camouflage it in this map. Technically, I think if you can try and camouflage it. Do I look camouflaged in between the rocky floor and the color of my bike? Let me know in the comments down below if I actually look camouflaged. I think I look more camouflaged in this, you know, a little bit more camouflaged. Why it's called the INVISIBIKE, but in this prescription, it looks more black. Well, it is what it is, I'd say. I almost did a no-hander, but then this trail is short by getting to the boss jump. Let's see how this blacker bike can jump over the entire thing. I want to fakie backwards. I can't believe I almost did. I can't believe it. But is that more of a challenge? No, I wouldn't do it. I just rather... What trick would I do? What trick would I do? I can't believe I survived that. I'm just good at surviving everything. Is it the power of my INVISIBIKE trying to let me survive everything? Maybe not. Maybe yes. Probably not, because now I'm burning, which is worse than drowning, you know. Okay. And bro, that was a good and slow flip, but I still did it. That was some volcano-y invisible, more black stuff right here. Okay, but anyways, I think it's now time to end career session and go into career plus, which is what it's called. First in career plus is desert, the boss jump. Let's see how I can do by jumping over a pyramid. Let's see how the interpolation of the I don't even that I'm good at saying nonsense words, you know. Nonsense words I'm literally saying. That looks a bit steep and hilly and stuff. Anyways, let's do this kind of stuff. You can see my bike looks a little bit more invisible in this map, you know. A teeny bit, yeah, kind of stuff, you know. But it's time to do some not impossible stuff, but some trick stuff. Not as in tricky stuff, as in a trick, which is like this. I almost thought I'd take... Because of the... Okay, I'm just doing a trick too late, unfortunately. Check this out. Almost as good, but... Check this out. Bro, that was a smooth trick. I'm almost going to hit the palm trees, and then I didn't. And I actually got that checkpoint, and I didn't even think I would. Okay, better luck next time. I didn't have enough speed for the boss jump. Do I this try, though? Maybe not, and we'll see how we do. You know, let's see how we do with this boss jump. By jumping over a whole entire pyramid. Or just... That was skills. Skills. That was some skills by just, you know, drifting and using every button to just try and stay still on the ramp rather than just falling down. Jungle time. I hope I see Tarzan. Or how invisible really my bike will look in the map. I need some water first. Refreshing. You jump out of a helicopter in this map, and let's see how a downhill bike. Did I ever use a downhill bike in the jungle before? That's the thing. Maybe, probably. I don't think I've ever done that. Unless if I never remembered. I did play this map so many times, but it's like I don't remember at all. This is hard to remember. Another piece of skills was done right here. Another piece of skills. Okay. I can tell in my calculator that time is ticking fast. So we better hurry up, you know. We better hurry up a bit. Oh, but the Regis will be a great thumbnail. Okay, yeah, missed the checkpoint. That's fine. Because there's another one. There's more than one checkpoint. You know, of course. Imagine if some trees were actually ghosts and you actually can't go through them. You know, like, but I guess that's challenging enough. Watch this wall ride and 360 back. Okay, interesting. It's time for the grand finale. It's the it's the one of the boss jumps that seems more impossible than usual. After I just go downhill and drift everywhere. Okay, it's time. Wait, that's the shortest distance between a checkpoint and another. Okay, check this out. Even as long Superman. No chance I would have landed that actually. Really, seriously. But this one will be the best. What was that word that popped up? It says, because it is that scary and you just like, it's like you can't look down into the canyon. Okay, well that wasn't a canyon. That was the jungle, but this one, Favela, is not easy. It's one of the hardest levels yet. Probably the hardest, you know? Maybe the hardest against peaks. It might be the hardest level. Because buildings are everywhere, and the steps you jump, you need less speed wobbles, you know? And how steep it is, what a challenge. But at least it's a free ride session. I'm lucky that I did complete that level in an actual career session in a video I was trying to fake it. But that was in 2024 that I did. Imagine doing that kind of stuff. Imagine. Actually, I really want to do that. But kind of slowly because I know that he doesn't want to go backwards. Okay, just slowly, please. Can you just do some stuff, will ya? Okay, that was fine. Okay, but anyway, let's see if I can try and not hit buildings, because I said that this bike helps me survive more. And what if it won't hit buildings? And poles as well. But there's no more poles anymore, because this is the finale. Jumping over a statue. And as I say, you need speed wobbles. That's what I talk about. You need to go straight. You know, you need to go straight. In fact, you know what you can do after I complete this boss jump. I remember last time that I did it first try in a video. You know, what an actual impossible thing. You never do that first. You never really do that first try. You know. Actually, you never do that first try. I landed on the edge of that this time, you know. I almost died on that thing. Before we continue, you know what you can do? You can go up here to build crew. There's loads of the crew members that you've got that you usually have in career session and career plus session. What I do want is where is it? Speed wobbles. Speed wobbles, because jumps are gonna get harder later on. You know, it is time for the glaciers. Yeah, I have a speed wobbles because you know the ridges map. It's a hard boss jump. You need to go straight on that. You know, so glad I have the speed wobbles. You know. Very glad I have the speed wobbles. I made the right choice. What about landing impact? I should have done that. Well, I have the downhill bike, so it can land us good stuff. And my INVISIBIKE can help me survive some more. Just kidding, the whole time it can't, because probably it's just pure luck. Every bike is the same. Well, let's just see how the glaciers jump would just can just do. I can see a jump that you kind of have to jump through, and I'm glad I survived it. Check this out. Okay, I guess I had to curve off that. That was amazing. That was how good it would be, you know. It's time to okay. Firmly time. Going uphill, wheeling in, and there's another big gap. Watch this. Check this out. Imagine if you wouldn't have jumped right there. I think I still can. See, I told you. Well, almost. Okay. it's time for, oh, just go down here and then you get to the boss jump. Do I see that every day? No, you don't. No, you don't. Do that and I'm going to do that. See, I told you, my bike can survive lots of times. Okay, might be some thumbnail time, you know? Ridges. Not, I don't want the night, I don't want it to be any time. In fact, I'm going to do landing impact. Where is landing impact? Landing impact. Where is it? Or heavy bale threshold, I meant. Or landing impact. Just kidding. With heavy bale threshold, I need landing impact. That's what it is, not heavy bale threshold. I forgot, I need the boss jump. Now we're good to go. It's time for some thumbnails. So it might be that I might have to cut the video just for the sake of it. So be back in another second.
13 hours later.
Psych, my bike actually doesn't look that good in this map. In fact, this bike is completely black in this map, not invisible at all. So, just kidding about the thumbnail. It will, and I will do the thumbnail, just not in an actual video. But it's fine, and just forget about it. Whoa, you literally, the bridges is something else. The bridges is something else. Okay. I think I can do better by just going through the whole thing without falling off the cliff. But a little bit as fast as I can. See, I told you, I think I can. I never knew this bike would actually be this black in the map. Like, literally. It's actually completely black and not invisible. It's completely the opposite. It's a completely black bike, not invisible. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's just go through the whole entire as how it's done. That is how it's done. So I can just do this and this. And turn around. I can't do everything. Oh my gosh. But I do want to go fast. But well, there's lots of curves, so I don't think I really can go fast. That's the thing. Unless if I can drift. Okay. I think I can survive that in real life. I would be injured though. Why would I? Oh my gosh! I'm going off road. Okay, there's the boss jump. Now it's time to do something serious. Not go off road, but actually just. Oh my gosh! I thought I had the speed wobble. Well, maybe I was just turning on purpose. You know, all of this kind of stuff. So I think it's time for something a bit more serious. Just try and do this. Check this out! How amazing was that? I'm gonna fake it to the finish line. Or maybe not. Okay. I'm gonna actually, okay. Invisible, why did I put an H in there? Jump. Exactly how it's done. What a makeup. Actual makeup. Jump. Thanks for watching this episode of Descenders. I'll choose the thumbnail off camera. So thank you for watching this episode of Descenders with some invisible bike that I have, which is playing with the invisible bike. And it's pretty not invisible, especially on the last map. It was not invisible at all. In fact, it was literally quite the opposite. How Violation made that, you know? Actual Violation, you need to fix that. If it's an invisible bike, it should be invisible, not as invisible as it can be. Thanks for watching this video. Press the subscribe button, like the video if you did enjoy this. press subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll probably do more. I'm definitely probably going to do more of, you know, this camera angle stuff, the weird ones where the drone is following you. So looking forward to that. Peace out. Come back for more. Subscribe.